That's right, YouTube. I'm recording 3 rants in a row because fuck my liver, that's why. You all know you love seeing me completely kill myself and give myself stress, higher blood pressure, and a brain aneurysm for your listening pleasure. Basically, once you imply a belief in a right to someone's services, do you have a right to plumbing? Do you have a right to water? Do you have a right to food? You're basically saying you believe in slavery. That's a direct quote, my loyal subjects. But I'm going to return to it a little later, because it's not the entirety of the quote, and I want to touch on the rest of the situation first. See, Rand Paul. I could probably stop right there. I mean, Rand fucking Paul. I'll continue, however, because it's important. Rand Paul, you might recall, has been lauded as a mature, responsible adult who was willing to say something about entitlement programs. Entitlement programs are something of a sacred cow in Congress because touching them will piss off old folks. Social Security, Medicare, various unemployment programs, those are entitlements. So here comes the problem. Rand Paul, in his infinite fucking wisdom, is the guy who gave us a plan that would completely get rid of Medicare by 2025. People then say, at least he's putting forth a plan. This is because people are fucking stupid. Rand Paul does not comprehend how anything affects fucking anything and should never, ever be lauded as a mature, responsible adult. I have proof of this too. Here's some things he said recently on the House floor. You have to realize what that implies. It's not an abstraction. I'm a physician. This means you have a right to come into my house and conscript me. It means you believe in slavery. It means that you're going to enslave not only me, but the janitor at my hospital, the person who cleans my office, the assistants who work in my office, the nurses. I'm a physician in your community, and you say you have a right to health care. You have a right to beat down my door with the police, escort me away, and force me to take care of you? That's ultimately what the right to free health care would be. The man tried to equate giving citizens health care with slavery. I'm going to repeat that, because it's so god-fucking stupid that your brain probably seized up in an attempt to protect you, but you need to hear it. The man equated giving citizens health care with slavery. He actually claimed that instituting a health care program that allowed U.S. citizens to get treatment if they are sick and injured to going into doctors' houses in the middle of the night, dragging them out into the village square, and making them perform surgery and give medical treatment. At what point can we say that this man is fucking psychotic and needs treatment his own damn self? That's not something any sane, reasonable person says. This goes beyond stupid fucking rhetoric into fucking insane. I mean, the death panel bullshit was a hateful, malicious lie, but at least it was vaguely based on something that, if you squinted and tilted your head while drunk, could almost be somewhat considered to be close to the truth. But this? You have a right to beat down my door with the police, escort me away, and force me to take care of you? I hadn't realized that England, Canada, France, Ireland, Australia, Serbia, Italy, Bhutan, Israel, Taiwan, Singapore, Argentina, Brazil, I could fucking continue, were such fucking hellholes for the poor, oppressed medical personnel. Sieg Heil to the jackbooted thugs of medicine! The doctors will be kept under heel! Fucking Mexico has free healthcare for its goddamn citizens. Are you, Rand Paul, a clearly sane and reasonable adult, trying to tell me that the United States of America needs to get rid of some of the only healthcare we do provide to save money? Clearly he is. Fuck him! Are firefighters slaves as well? How about our brave soldiers out there fighting 2 wars we never should have fucking got into? Police? Are our brave men and women in blue nothing more than slaves to the oppressive heel of socialism? But now now we get to the worst part of this. Remember that quote I said at the beginning of this rant? I'll say it again. Basically, once you imply a belief and a right to someone's services, do you have a right to plumbing? Do you have a right to water? Do you have a right to food? You're basically saying you believe in slavery. I'm going to go out on a limb here. Yes, you have a right to plumbing. You have a right to water. You have a right to goddamn food! Let's leave aside his idiotic insistence that having a right to someone's services equals slavery, because that's just insane. I don't make it a habit to mock actual mental disorders, you see. Look at his statement. Do you have a right to water? Do you have a right to food? That's not just stupid. That's not just insane. That's evil. Those who have listened to my show and my rants for any length of time know that I don't pull words out like this very often, but suggesting that a human being, a fellow life on this planet, does not have a right to basic sustenance is demon summoning, virgin sacrificing, puppy kicking, and kitten drowning evil. I make a lot of comments about intellectual dishonesty of libertarian stances like Rand Paul's, but this goes beyond that. It's not just the basic idea that private industry can own anything and everything and dole it out for money. It's the basic idea that human beings do not have a right to their own basic needs. And what's worse is that we knew this. We knew full well what Rand Paul thinks, that way when he goes on about healthcare being evil and wrong. We knew that. He said that. He said that healthcare was evil and wrong, and we knew that he felt we didn't have a right to basic sustenance. But as far as I'm concerned, when you can look at fellow human beings dying of thirst and starvation and tell them, I'm sorry, but you have no right to food, then every paladin in a 1,000-yard radius should be having their detect evil sense flare up like a fucking Chernobyl. So every time someone suggests Rand Paul is responsible, every time someone suggests his plan actually means something, every time someone suggests that he has what it takes to pass laws and be part of Congress, remember, Rand Paul doesn't think you have a right to food. Until next time, this is the all-powerful Nate Boy saying, if I cannot move heaven, I will raise hell.